Oh my goodness, away we go. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I see Cheryl was in chat.
Howdy, Cheryl.
And JT. Hey, JT. Uh,
Hey there, Wicked. How's things going with you?
not bad. I mean, I had a nice quiet day, but I just feel so bad watching those fires in California. I mean, we're talking towns and cities destroyed, Palisades gone.
Yep. In Palisade, what they say, 50 to 75%. But I'm thinking more on 70 to 85.
Now, yeah. And when I say gone, you look and it's just lumps of ash. There's barely skeletons standing.
Notice again out in California, trees and green leaves in some yards are still green, and everything else is burned.
Yep. Hey, Steve. But yeah, so Newsom, when he decided to come back from vacation, along with the mayor of LA, said they asked him about the water shortage. And he said, oh, the locals will figure it out.
Yeah, good guy. Real good guy.
Good guy. But Trump's
I
calling
like
for his
that one woman.
resignation. Well,
I'm
not,
sorry, what?
screaming, banging on the board, but yeah, he tweeted out, yeah, he should resign. This is clearly his
Uh,
management of the state.
yeah, but it's been going on since 1979.
But that's it. That's what they're saying. But they've been in control since 1979. And it's been
Yep.
going downhill every year. But
Not like it was planned or anything.
but you're gonna see this fire's gonna like Carolina. God bless these people that they had to endure this to wake these people up.
They're still sleeping in tents in the
Yeah,
snow.
and they're pledging $1 billion to Africa. Yeah,
Right. And Ecuador.
huh? I can't hear you. Oh,
Like old Georgia Maloney was telling them over in the Italian Congress that Elon Musk is not a danger to democracy. George Soros is.
amen, amen.
Yeah, she's a little spitfire.
But you notice there's a few more, especially in the celebrity realm. More and more are now starting to speak out. More and more are now starting to stand up and go, okay, this is stupid.
Yep. What was it? A reporter, they made a big deal out of it, you know, that she was leaving the Democrats.
I don't know. I don't know if I want you now. I mean,
Oh man, can you imagine the ads that they make?
oh, I don't know. It's just, I suppose, take what we can get, but I don't know. If it took you this long to wake the fuck up, you're pretty dumb.
Mm,
And there's really no nice way to say
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, hey, Ronald Reagan started the downhill slide. He's the one that got rid of all the nut houses.
Yeah, well, can't say I agreed with that move.
No.
No. Especially around here. We had a
And,
big one a couple hours away. And we had a little one 10 minutes away.
you know, but some of them places, they were just nothing but a bedlam, you know?
Well, yeah, but that was, again, management.
Yeah.
It came down to some bureaucrat was just cashing a paycheck. He
Oh
didn't
yeah.
care, bare
Well,
minimum.
yeah, but the abusive people that they hired on purpose. That's what I was talking about. You know, sorry, you don't hire those kind of people. That you put them under a stress test, see how fast it takes them to snap.
We got locked in on one of them wards, and I'll tell you what, it wouldn't take me long.
You know,
One guy wanted to be a fireman, the other one wanted to set his fingers on fire.
oh, the old boy that loved to bash his head into the wall. He'd done it so long he had to have a permanent, had to permanently wear his helmet anytime he got out of bed, maybe even in bed. It was so jellified, his skull.
Damn.
But I met the Queen of England at one of those places. She was real nice.
I bet you get to the front of the line at Space Mountain, too.
Yep. And there was the old guy, the spy. He's kind of like James Bond. You have an American cigarette.
Oh.
I'm old, 13 years old, and you go, Dad, what did I do? Why did you take me here?
Why'd you take me?
I'll never do it again.
I can remember when I was a kid, my best friend, his grandfather was in the VA hospital up in Augusta. So we went up there and we were sitting in the cafeteria, and because they do it all up there, medical and mental. And we talked to Vito, and he knew where Hoffa
Oh,
was
Vito.
buried. He was being watched by the mob. That's why he's in the VA hospital hiding out. Cement shoes aren't in this year. It's cement vests. And he went into
Whoa.
great detail how you make them. And oh my God. And we were like, I don't know, 12 years old. It was, yeah, I'll never forget it though.
Uh, yep. Learning experience.
Yeah. But yeah, he was in on Hoffa. He helped dig the hole.
A giant chunk of your childhood was chipped away that day. Let's see. I was trying to go through here and see what all see if I marked anything worth watching. I know there's one deal. I don't know if you want to check it out. I hadn't seen it yet. Oh, wait. Here we go. Start out on that one. Seems that get up out of the way so I can do this. Yeah, bastard.
Let me bring up your big bird.
There we go. Hey, yes. Federal judge vacates Biden's Title IX rule. The judge called the regulation arbitrary and capricious, meaning no trannies in the girls' locker rooms.
Yeah.
I
But
thought
that's
that
a
was pretty good.
no-brainer. I'm sorry. You have the wrong tackle. Go away. It's
Exactly.
not
Leave the
about your
fucking
mind. It's not about your clothes. It's not about what you look like, how you sound, what you identify as. What tackle are you dangling?
exactly. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Okay. There's the one. See if I can get this one up and running.
Shit, she got some kitties.
Hey, look at that.
Into the hands of the elite. According to a World Economic Forum insider, who warns that Build Back Better literally means destroying things first and then rebuilding according to New World Order plans. The global elite have chosen Los Angeles as ground zero for a calculated assault on the people, paving the way for the rapid transformation of the disaster zone into 15-minute cities. These so-called smart cities are nothing more than vast outdoor prisons, designed to trap ordinary citizens with no way out. This evil plan has been in the works for years, and now we're seeing it play out in all its grisly details.
Are you sharing the sound? Maybe. Okay, Jack can hear it. Never mind. Leave it alone.
Voice Locals community if you haven't already, and sign up to become a member of the world's first ever cyber nation that truly believes in life, liberty, and the pursuit of your dreams. Visit joson.com.
You suck as a
It's completely free.
soundboard
The last 5 years
operator.
have been a relentless psychological attack. It started with the
Well,
chaos
then
of
keep it
COVID
2 cents,
and
2
has
cents.
only escalated since. Wars breaking out, the slow bleed of economic collapse, shameless price gouging, and the ever tightening grip of authoritarianism. We're constantly under the cold, unflinching gaze of the surveillance state. Polarizing media narratives keep fueling division, dividing the people and baiting us towards civil unrest. They won't stop talking about the next pandemic, all while meddling with nature in reckless ways. Gain of function experiments, self replicating vaccines, and poisons in the air, water, and food. And the worst part? They flaunt their power, making it painfully clear there's nothing we can do to stop them.
Yeah. See, how can they not be caught doing this shit?
Because they own everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
How are
But
they
you know, it was
sentencing a
like
man tomorrow
ever
for
since,
a crime he didn't do, for no crime?
yeah. No, we've got one sitting in jail up there in DC right now. Well, probably several, but I know of one. He was what 22 miles away.
It's just ridiculous. I hope that's one of his first actions. Make a shit ton of pardons. Like Chauvin, he needs to be pardoned at the
Yeah,
federal level and put pressure on the state.
yeah. But I think that one's going to be done separately. You know, not like have doing a whole bunch of them, then go do him, and then
Yeah,
get
yeah, no,
back
no,
to
no,
it.
no.
You
I
know,
get that, but I mean, there's some common sense ones that need to be taken care of right now,
oh yeah,
and somebody needs to
yeah,
look in. Can he revoke some?
yeah. I know he can revoke Presidential Medal of Honors
Yeah,
because
but
if
can
you
he revoke
remember,
pardons?
yeah, at least we could get it argued in front of the Supreme Court, clarified. Because that was the problem with allowing lawyers to get up there and mess with writing the laws.
Yep,
You know, as far as checking it, going to court, and looking at the whatever it is, the regulations, the laws. That, yeah, fine. Have them there as a law checker, but don't allow them to insert the gray area walking
yep,
business. You know.
yeah. And laws should be common sense, understood. You can't tell me that the wording is wrong. We're all going to sit down in this room. We're all going to vote on this. We're all going to talk about it first. You know that I mean this when I say that. There's no question. I'm telling you right
Yeah.
now. If you have anything to say, tell me now, JT. Because once we vote, you can't say, "Oh, it was worded wrong." It's just ridiculous how they
No,
fight
no,
and
I
argue.
get it. I get it, but there's too many people being trained to sit there and question what does is mean.
Yeah, exactly. Stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah, that's
If you're
gray
going to
area
be like
walking
that,
crap.
you're not grown up enough to join Congress, Senate, or any member of government.
No, damn no philosophers.
Yeah. I don't know. Will Rogers might have made it.
Oh yeah. But if you get Will Rogers, you got to have Mark Twain.
I'll go with Mark Twain. You weren't an idiot. But yeah, they were saying watch out for those California fires because some of these mansions that are being destroyed, these houses, they're not going to get building permits to rebuild. There's
Yep.
still some from the last big wildfires that have been refused.
No,
A
but
lot of the ocean front. And then nobody's talking a whole lot about the insurance companies that started dropping people last week and the week before.
oh yeah, well, Allstate was 6 months ago when they
Yeah,
did their big push,
but there was
but they've been
somebody
planning it.
somebody started dumping in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
which kind of raises red flags. But
Yeah, but they got squeezed by the people that set up there in Sacramento that make laws.
yep.
And when you let them run amok like that, what do you expect? You know, why is there no grocery store in a high shoplifting area?
Oh, because we're racist.
Thank you. I expected more drones to be popping up, but I ain't seen none of that.
And I think they want us to forget them. I'm worried. I'm worried about the 20th. Actually, the
Yeah,
19th.
what was it? Oh, TikTok will be shut down the 19th. So they say.
Yeah, but haven't they said that before?
Well, this is from TikTok themselves.
Oh,
Yeah, so I think that was date was chosen on purpose, you know.
yep.
And I haven't seen any of those lip readers come out about the way that Trump and Obama were sitting there at the funeral,
Yep.
gabbing it up.
Yeah, usually there's 100 memes out there by now.
Yep. And of course, where was Michael?
Probably in the bathroom tucking it back.
Probably trying out a new chef.
Oh.
What is this? LA Fire Department reportedly canceled their annual fire hydrant testing a few weeks ago, citing fiscal challenges.
Well, the mayor of L.A. cut the budget by 17 million. The fire department.
Yeah, 17.6 million.
Yeah, almost 18 million. Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Did you see the when she got off the plane and they were grilling
Yes.
her and she just sat there, didn't say a word,
I have
staring
no
off.
script. Yep, I have no script.
Yep.
And don't forget, if you're in need, go to URL.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Your computer just burnt up. The internet's down. No cell lines. Yeah.
That's why you always got to keep a spare broomstick with you, just like your towel.
Yeah. I got my towel. Where's my towel? Oh my God, where's my towel?
Uh-oh. You haven't had those Pan Galactic gargle blasters, have you?
I might have. I think they snuck in. Where'd my towel go? Uh-oh. Oh, it's over by my chair. Okay. It's not that far away.
Okay. It's within distance. Yep. Officer who lied under oath in Chauvin case, pictured using the same knee restraint technique in 2014 riot. She was then promoted to assistant chief of police in Minneapolis. 14 officers have come out against her.
Good.
Lying bitch. Then you've seen the satellite photos of the fires.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
That's a lot of damn real estate. But they caught guys in setting fires. Actually watched them doing it.
Yeah.
And then there's the firefighters that had to use women's handbags to go throw water.
Damn. I
You know,
guess.
there's not one person up there that has a brain cell that tells them, hey, maybe this might be a bad idea. I think at least just one.
So I'm wondering. So if they're battling 100-mile-an-hour winds, and
Okay.
you bring in wind generators, and you blow back at it, wouldn't that
No,
essentially
but you'll
stall it and burn right there at the line and deplete the fuel supply?
well, there'd be the problem of mechanical resonance.
Oh, well.
Well, you've heard the pinging and all that screws up the whales from those wind farms.
Yeah. But I'm
Yeah.
thinking on the lines of when they use a jet engine to snuff a well fire.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that method.
No, the last I was interested in was red Adair using
Yeah, I mean,
nitro.
yeah, instead of explosives or anything like that, they used basically they just blew it out. Poof.
Yeah, but man, that would be because you'd have to have it ready on the go, not to build up and then
Well, I mean,
sit there and
if you
start.
had wind generator ready to go underneath a Chinook or something, I realize you couldn't do the whole line on the whole fire, but you could save a town or two, or maybe clear a
Yeah.
highway, keep the highway clear.
Hey, how about this? Not just keep the highways clear. How about the forested areas and neighborhoods? Allow them to keep it clean.
Yeah, I forget what was their excuse for not doing forest maintenance. It was something environmental. They purposely did not clear their forests.
I don't remember what it was. Let's see if
I'm trying to remember. I remember hearing about it because this isn't the first time it's been suggested that they're doing it wrong. Because there's
yeah.
other states that are wooded, Maine, uh, Montana, Wyoming, not Wyoming, Washington, Oregon. I mean, compared to California, they're virtually. You don't hear Dakota getting runaway fires either, you know.
Yeah. Well, where was it? There, not too long ago. What was it? Idaho? That was on fire.
Maybe it was Idaho. Yeah, because that's when they were fighting over the water rights. They were gonna charge the farmers water, right, and all of a sudden they had to use the water to sit out, put the fire out, and that kind of went by the
Yeah.
wayside. Yeah,
California stopped clearing the brush in the 1990s that would have kept these fires at bay. They also got rid of the fire breaks
yeah,
because they were ugly.
yeah. What's it look like now? And
Kind of like Lahaina,
they say an event like this is going to cost upwards of 2.43 billion dollars.
easily.
For a third of that, what could you have done to prevent this? You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Maybe
Well,
had water in
yeah.
the fire hydrants.
Well, that's their own fault for not filling the reservoir. You know you're coming into this season. And that's another question everybody's having. You know it happens every year. We get the Santa Ana winds. Come
Yep.
on. And you didn't think to fill the reservoirs?
Dude, you're talking about a state that knocked down 1,000 dams. in over 10-year period and never rebuilt
Yeah,
anything to
to
take its place. And
replace it.
Mulholland,
There was
yeah,
a reason. They put that there
and
for a reason.
Mulholland was a hell of a water engineer, the way
Yeah.
he designed that setup out there. And I remember back when like California had like huge producing farms and shit. Now, hell, they even sold off the rights to the aquifers out there to Nestle.
Nice.
You know, so yeah, I kind of feel sorry for them, but y'all really didn't pay attention to what was going on in your area.
And that's just it. I don't think the majority of people, say in California, are evil. I don't really think they're that. I think they just don't care enough to stay on it.
Well, they're
They
just
just,
like every other working slump, man. You go to work, you're tired, you go home, you want to eat,
yep.
watch TV, and go
Maybe
to
you watch a
bed,
ball
do
game. You
your
don't want to
thing.
watch the news. You watch a ball
Right.
game. You watch a sitcom. Yep.
You know, but maybe people's eyes are opening, you know,
Yeah. Well,
but
yeah. I mean, it's hitting them now. Because all these people that were complacent and voting this way all these years, just checking a box, checking a box. Now it hit them. Now it's their homes that
yeah.
are gone. It's not something on the news anymore.
Mhm. Oh, and then there's the assholes that jumped on the bandwagon and dogpiling them. Well, if you could have voted your way out of that, you know, people leave them, don't even start that yet. They've just lost everything,
But
most
that's
of
what
them,
I'm
if they
saying.
didn't
That's
lose their
why I
whole
titled
family.
the show what I did. Let's pray now and we'll blame later. Right now is not the
Yeah,
time. It's like after school shooting is not the time to talk about gun control. It's
yeah.
time to heal the wounded, heal the victims, make them as whole as we can right now. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching any of them, but there's a couple of streams on YouTube, live streams. It's just, I mean, it's hell on earth.
Just, I don't get people, man.
Oh, even on my rottenest, nastiest day, I couldn't just turn my back like, I don't know. Like you said, we still got people in Carolina sleeping in tents. They got people in sheds and under a bridge, wherever they can find a place to lay down in this weather.
Yep,
And FEMA says, "Don't worry, we got it."
yeah. Where?
Where I thought the whole idea with FEMA was you were supposed to be making my life better day one.
Hey, but you want a good clue? Before 1978, there was no FEMA.
No, and we did just fine.
Yeah, actually, probably did a hell of
Uh,
a lot better.
They'd call out the
Because,
National Guard and they'll say, "How can we support the locals in their efforts?" Because the locals know what the locals need.
yep, because I swear they've gotten to where all they are is in the fucking way.
Yeah, and rules and regulations have no place in an emergency situation. I
Nope.
get it. I get procedure. I get having a rule for this. But when you get there and all of a sudden the rules change, you need to change with it. You need to be able to make that judgment call.
Yeah. You know as well as I do. Anytime there is a disaster like that, things are constantly
Yep.
changing.
The best way to prepare for the best way to ensure disaster is make a plan.
Yep. You know, don't build a house below the water level in a lake
Yep.
or the ocean.
I'm
If
thinking
we
if
were
you're in a
right.
fault area, don't build your house on stilts hanging over a cliff.
Yeah.
I mean, just an observation, but I've seen pictures of some of them. I mean, they just something I'd draw when I was, in kindergarten. And they live in these mansions that are hanging over cliffs, held up by little tiny poles. No,
But look at some of those shanties they built there on the Mississippi,
Yeah, well,
down in Louisiana, and the Bayou.
problem with that is
Oh no!
overnight you could be washed away. Even a
Oh,
houseboat ain't safe.
some of those islands in the South Pacific. They'll tie their boats together and go out for as ever long as they can.
That'd be fun. Drop me off on an island somewhere, give me a knife and some rope, and see what I can do.
You forgot baling wire and bubble gum.
A knife and some rope, maybe a pot, something I can boil in until I can find something. Because there's nowhere in the world you can go without finding human garbage, and there's gonna be a bear can wash up somewhere or something, so you'll have something to cook in.
Oh no, I'm making a dirter. What they say, man? 1,400 flights out of Dallas were canceled.
Damn.
Yeah, they usually don't get down that far that heavy.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
So it'd have to be smoky right there at the airport because you would think they could take off and get up above the smoke.
Yeah, you'd think, but I don't think I've ever flown into Dallas Love Field.
No, I've never flown into Texas. I flew into Oklahoma and then got bused back over to Arkansas.
Up at Tulsa.
I don't know. All I know is I got on a plane here in Portland. They says, "Here, you're in Oklahoma now. Get on this bus." And then a couple hours later, we was in Arkansas. The University of Arkansas. And when your parents say, "When I was your age, I had to walk to school both ways uphill," they were in Arkansas. Because I don't know how it does it, but it doesn't matter if you're coming or going. You're going uphill.
Yep. You wonder why they called them ridge runners.
Oh, yeah. And the humidity down there. Oh my God, they took 6 of us from Maine down there. And it's like, oh God, 2 in the morning,
Oh,
and it's 100% humidity and 98 degrees, and it's like,
so I take it you wouldn't be coming down to Oklahoma between the end of May and the
no,
Labor
not if
Day.
that's what you got. Nope, ain't gonna do it. I'll,
No, stifling hot.
I'll stay up here with icicles hanging off my balls. Thank you.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, when I get up in the morning, I'd much rather put on my robe and a pair of sweatpants and warm the house up than I would be to sit here and sweat while I'm trying to cool the house down.
Well, you only take so much off.
Yeah, well, that's it. Then they arrest you.
That's why they did that.
Yeah, I've been close to indecent exposure a couple times. So yeah, I know. I haven't done it in years.
But you could have.
But don't surprise me. Don't just show up and knock on my door. 'Cause if I don't have time to get britches, I'm answering the door and ball your bare ass. I don't care. I'm not the one that's going to have nightmares. You are. Yeah, you lose all modesty when you join the army. At least back
Yeah.
then. I mean, because we had 30 toilets, and every one of them were about a foot apart, and no
Yep.
walls. And when you can go knee to knee with a guy, carrying on a conversation, dropping a deuce, no, you lose modesty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, you forgot the waiting for the open shower head.
yeah. I'll never forget drill sergeant. First day we got to the barracks and he was explaining the schedule for cleaning the showers and blah 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 and taking showers. You take showers between this time and that time, and if you drop the soap, what do we do? And everybody just kind of snickered and was quiet. He goes, "You pick that fucking shit up because if somebody steps on that and slips and gets hurt, that's a waste of taxpayer money." It was funny as hell.
Damaging government property.
Yeah, if you drop the soap, you pick that shit up. Somebody's gonna slip and fall on that. Uh, but we weren't allowed soap on a rope because it was a weapon.
Yep.
But they gave me
Not that you'd
socks
need
and
'em.
bar soap, so yeah, okay.
But I was just trying to keep my socks smelling fresh.
I didn't see the soap in a sock or the batteries in a sock, but I saw a blanket party where you walk by and punch the guy in the gut, while the other guys hold him down under a blanket. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
participate. Weren't my platoon, so I
Yeah.
had no business. I was just on fire guard.
I know nothing.
I know nothing. And the thing is, I probably would have gotten more trouble if I did report it. So
Yeah. And your own personal, not a blanket
yeah,
party.
yeah. I was gonna say then I'd have been next in line. Yeah. So yeah, no report was made because you didn't report. I mean, back then we're talking the '80s even. Because I was in what '84. I was in Fort Knox. So we weren't that woke. I mean, they still swore at you. They still got a swat or two. They weren't supposed to touch you or lay hands on you, but oh God,
Yeah,
don't
I know.
remind them of that because then you did get laid hands on. Oops, sorry.
Shit
Oops,
happens.
oops, oops. Squirrel in the road. And you smash in the back of the truck. Yep.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. The guy. One day we had this barracks lawyer. He decided he was going to tell the drill sergeant, the regulations state you can't give us blah blah so many push-ups. I think it was like 30 push-ups, without dropping and doing them with us. Well, Drill Sergeant Hines was like 6 foot 20. I mean, he was huge. He was an actual bodybuilder. He competed in muscle competitions. So he says, "Is that so?" He says, and we do them till I drop. Oh God. I
I
think I
bet he
dropped
had
out
fun
around
when he
70,
got
80.
back.
That man could pump him up, but he was your best friend. After when we was off duty, yeah, he was your best friend. He'd sit down and tell you right what you were gonna expect. He'd answer any question. He was in Vietnam. He'd answer questions about that. But boy, let reveille sound, and it was all business again. Don't
Yep.
think he was your friend. But yeah, we'll do him until I drop. Oh God, this is gonna hurt. Uh, but the brothers took care of him. He never spoke up about regulations again in formation.
Yeah.
Even if you know you're right, keep your mouth shut.
What's this? So the kid that smoking his tires on a little Pride display they had in
Yeah.
their street, Delray Beach, Florida. Pled guilty and sentenced to 12 months probation and 75 hours of community service per charge,
Damn.
and will have his license revoked for a year
Oh, come
and must
on.
take anger management course.
Well, that's better. They got one kid on a felony, didn't they?
I think so.
I don't think they convicted him, but they brought him up on a felony charge for spinning out on one. It was a crosswalk.
It's probably, yeah, he's probably waiting for a court date to come up.
But I remember watching the article on it, and they interviewed the public works guy that painted it, and he goes, "I'm not upset." He says, "I get paid to sit here all day and repaint this." He says every 2 or 3 days I got to repaint it. He says, "Easy job in the world." I can't tell you to come do it, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
that's
hey,
getting a little ridiculous. Where when one symbol can be that powerful,
yeah.
really, even the cross doesn't hold that much power.
Man, some places in the world it scares the shit out of them when they got to kill you.
Yep.
Well, did that constable scare you, threatening to come pick up Elon Musk and all 365 million Americans if they tweet bad things at Britain?
I kind of want to tweet now. I want to tweet. Go gum a scone, please. When did Can't Talk Bad About Me became so popular? I can literally remember
Uh,
having to stand against the wall at recess because you tattled. Johnny called me a stupid head.
how about that there? Ready to hook up your trailer and go?
To be honest with you, I've probably done stupider, but yeah, I don't know about that. I hope you didn't pay a lot to have that installed. All I'm
One of
saying.
those DIYers, Century Mechanic.
I've tied a tongue of a trailer to a bumper before, no ball or nothing. But we didn't go
Uh,
very far either. I mean,
I know it was part of the people that were doing it, but I can't remember exactly what the situation was. It's probably better I don't remember. I think there was blood.
oh, you've heard the stories of people launching their boat, not unhooking it from the trailer, and they're out there and they can't bring it. Well, we actually had a marina delivering a boat and trailer to a private island out in the middle of one of our big lakes. And he ordered the trailer so he could move it around his island. He had, he owned the whole island. And so he actually launched the boat and purposely left a trailer on it so he didn't have to ferry the trailer over. He just pop, 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 got the boat across with the trailer. They had so many calls to the game wardens. They had so many people out there trying to catch him. They thought he was on drugs or on something. That he was out there driving with his trailer under his boat. Yeah, I can remember that. 'Cause it was basically in my backyard. I could see everything happening. I could see him chasing him trying to go across the lake. Because I didn't know what it was until weeks after, because we didn't have the internet. Nothing was instant news. But
Yeah.
because word got around town what was happening. It was funny because I knew the guys at the marina.
Yeah. Something about grapevines.
Yep. But like the kids grew up, and that was instant news. I lived a quarter of a mile from the center of town, and by the time I could walk home, mom and dad knew.
Mm. They never told me that secret.
So,
Yeah, they knew everybody in town.
well,
Mm.
it just plays
Well,
out that they were just lucky. Because every time I caught my daughter doing shit, I just happened to get lucky. Like Halloween. The first Halloween, she was allowed to go with her friends by herself. Don't you cause trouble. I turn the scanner on. We're sitting here waiting for her to. What do I hear? My daughter's name come across the scanner. Oh, yeah.
you wasn't such a proud papa at that moment.
Oh, well, apparently one of her friends talked her into letting him use her phone, and he prank dialed 911. Thought it was a great
Mm.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I taught Rachel right, don't run when the chase.
But yeah, she did do it right. When everybody else scattered, when the police showed up, she stayed there. So
Oh,
yeah, so at least she fessed up to it. But I mean, she didn't know the kid was going to do it. That was her story. I had no reason not to believe her. But
Mama wasn't too happy.
yeah, Mama was not happy.
good thing you kept that spare helmet, huh?
Yep.
Parent was over in another freaking town. Wasn't even watching.
Yeah. No, I learned a lot on that scanner. That's how I found out my grandmother died.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm just nosy. It sucks because
Understandable.
I live up here. I'm in here far enough that the sirens are just a distant woo, and it just
Yeah.
it pulls at you. What's going on? You look deep in thought.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Seeing if there was anything else of interest. Ain't got no aliens yet, so
No aliens.
no bastards. They're supposed to have opened a portal.
Yeah, but like
The
the rest of my
aliens.
life, they're just gonna be disappointing, disappoint, disappoint.
Well, sorry, you kind of gotta
I mean,
give a
I grew up
brush
in
to it because
Heinlein
it's
and Ray Bradbury. I mean,
noisy gas
I've
off,
been
you
waiting
know.
for aliens my whole life. I know it's a crapshoot. We might be food, we might be slave labor in a space mine somewhere, or they might come down and give us the answer to the universe. We don't know.
Yeah, but they've been asking that question for 200 years, and ain't none of them actually proved anything whatsoever.
I mean, if they're after natural resources, well, we pretty much tanked that. So,
No, well, I still like the bill about what was it, Stonehenge and places like that, and the pyramids were like gas stations for them
Yeah.
because they were
well, I
built
always
as
said some
like
places,
generator.
yeah. But when they Skinwalker Ranch, when that was a big thing, I always thought that was a beacon saying "Stay away." This is the bad part of the galaxy. Roll your windows up, lock your doors, don't make eye contact, just putt through.
Yeah,
Stop at Saturn. you know.
yeah. I still think it has a lot to do with the tribe that crawled through that portal, that went away, the ancient ones.
The tribe that went through the portal.
Yeah. The ancient ones, the Anasazis.
Oh, I think I almost know what you're talking about.
You know, they were supposed to have crawled through a portal
Yeah,
and went to another time.
yeah.
They will return when it's time.
But other people say we live on the back of a big turtle, so
Well, it's not just the turtle;
Space turtle.
don't forget the big
it's on a
snake
fish.
that goes around the world.
I always wanted it to be like that song "Hole in the Bottom of the Sea."
There's a hole. There's a hole.
On the not on the log.
Man, that just brought a flood of memories back from singing that shit in school, in grade school. The cat came back the very next day.
What did you hear? Washington Post was it what? No, it was a Huffington Post is going to have to fire some people.
Oh,
Yeah, I
cutbacks
forget
or
what they said.
for disciplinary? Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave. No, it was downsizing.
Downside, yeah.
Yeah, they've all been hit with that.
The reality bug. Reality is we're
Yeah,
not falling for your shit no more.
nobody buying what you're selling.
We are not picking up what you're putting down. And no, I do not smell what you're cooking.
Oh, isn't that nice? Parents are steering their kids towards cigarettes to keep them from vaping.
Nice.
But that was back in a couple days ago or yesterday. Excuse me. Kind of like how he stuck in that less nicotine in the cigarettes
Yeah.
there.
Good luck with that.
Well, what does it normally do? Doubles the sales.
Yeah, and then it increases the black market activity.
Shit, they probably in on the black market.
Well, and that's a very real possibility. It's kind of like heroin in Afghanistan. Once America hit Afghanistan, 98% of the heroin came from Afghanistan.
You're up. Come on now.
Sorry, I don't mean to break it to you that way.
Them Afghanis wouldn't do that. Yeah, Bush had the cocaine in where was it? Nicaragua.
Yep.
Nothing to see here.
Nope, absolutely not. So, what else we got to talk about? We got a few minutes left.
Oh, this woman was harassing James Woods. Yeah, she posted up. Karen Piper posted. Let's see. James Woods' house is burning down. It's
Yep.
karma calling. Yeah. So readers added context they thought people might want to know. This is a harassment campaign. It's interesting. If I had time, I would figure out who started it. Yeah, there was a power plant down in, I believe, in Austin, blew up yesterday, just right before snow come in.
Huh.
And they never really fixed their power grid after that big storm here several years ago.
Yep.
And they signed to join the national power grid too.
Yep.
Like, no, come on. You know, they'll learn. They'll learn because it'll eventually have to go back to the one that is the most efficient and the least expensive to maintain.
Yep.
Seems old Vlad wants to meet Don.
Oh.
Yeah. It seems to me if Trump was Putin's puppet, wouldn't Trump be running over there to meet with Vlad?
You would think.
I know they're lulling us into a false sense of security.
No, they wouldn't do that.
It's fine. Calm
Would they?
down. It'll be good.
They got nothing but your best interest at heart. Come on. I'm super cereal here.
Well, brother, what do you think?
Well, I think it's time to go play with the cool kids.
Okie
Everybody,
dokie.
we're going to head over to Chuck's room, and I just wish everybody a good night. God bless. Say a prayer for America. And
Do what's
please be
right.
with California. We like to rag on those liberals, but nobody deserves what they're going through.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. That's why.
Oh.
If you want to end it, you got to end it here.